The wind howls through the Antarctic night, through the twilight that doesn't ever quite get to full night here in this early September, as Wiglaf and Griff huddle on a ledge outside of the cave that they had just been exploring. They're beaten up, a little dispirited, their supplies are down, and they're completely unsure where to go next. They rest through the night, and then the morning light begins to come, the lighter twilight that's going to lead after about 9 in the morning or so to an actual daylight here in Ironlands, Antarctica. And they are not sure what to do. Do we go back inside through the sinkhole and into this dungeon? Or do we give up and go back and admit defeat? What do we do? Wiglaf turns to Griff and asks quietly, "What do we do, Griff?" The dog looks at him inscrutably and pants and licks his hand. Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is Ironsworn Antarctica. We were in the middle of a delve in our last episode when we got into some trouble. So we had gone through the cramped caves, the twisting passages, the subterranean waterway. We'd crossed the waterway and we encountered a thrall who was in the control of the husk. And we got into a battle that was a long and drawn out battle that drained our momentum, caused some wounds to us, injured our dog. We finally defeated this thrall, tied her up, put her into the boat in the river, and then we tried to see if we could heal the dog, and while we were doing that, the dog fell into a sinkhole, and we saw some light at the end of the sinkhole, and we left and ended up in some sort of a ledge on the edge of the hillside that has a precipice going down into the next valley, and gave us some shelter where we were able to make camp. And so we're safe for the night. We got a weak hit on the make camp, so we didn't get ambushed. But now we have to decide what to do. Before we do that, however, I want to talk about our new NPC, Valeri. This is the name of the husk, the thing that is somehow under the dark magical control of Angus. And so I rolled up a couple of things. I'm going to get to the roll in a moment. I rolled up that his goal is to travel somewhere. I don't know where. It might be to travel to the Iron Pillars and continue to deface them, or it might be to travel to a great temple of Angus or someplace that is sacred to Angus. His disposition turned out to be unfriendly, which makes sense. Descriptor dangerous and clever makes sense. His activity is learning, maybe rituals about Angus, not sure. We don't know where he is. We don't know if he's in this delve or not. And we know that he controls Kova. But if we go back up to the top, I rolled up a roll of mercenary again. And who else is a mercenary? Well, it turns out that Macias, who is Wiglaf's uncle on his father's side, and is somehow connected with the cult, is also a mercenary. And so I had this thought. What if Macias is the thrall? Or the husk, rather. I don't know. So did he maybe know Macias? They were mercs together, and that is why they know each other, and Macias is working for him? Is Macias now a thrall of his? Are many of the thralls former mercs? Don't know, because we haven't met this guy yet. And I'm not going to ask all those things. I want to find that out as we go. But Wiglaf's in a bit of a bind here. We've only made 4 progress. And if we look at our character sheet, we're down to 0 momentum, which is super dangerous. Not good to be in at 0 momentum when you're doing a delve like this. Health is okay. Griff got one of his health points back, I think, as well in our camping, and our supply isn't terrible. +3 is not awful. Once you start getting a +2, +1, it makes it very difficult. But I think things are not looking great here. And I also want to point out we want to find the truth behind the Death Worshippers. Like, who are they? What are they after? It doesn't necessarily mean we have to defeat the cult. We want to find out the truth. And so the question is, how can we go about this? And one of the things I thought we might be able to do is we know that the thrall was left tied up in the subterranean waterway in a boat. Now, I don't know if she's been found. We're going to have to find that out as we go. But I thought it might be possible for Wiglaf to go back into the place where we just left, the next room. We don't have to delve to do that. And grab her. She's tied up. And take her at spear point, take her out the exit, make our way down the precipice. We're going to have to find a way to do that. And then take her back. We're not that far from home. We can go, it's just 2 hexes. It's a couple days travel to Longhaven. It's not even undertaking a journey. I would just maybe do this. Maybe say undertake a journey because we got a prisoner with us and she might try to escape. But we just go back to Longhaven. And if we go back to Longhaven, we can deliver her to the authorities, to the wardens, and maybe question her, and maybe we can learn more about this Valeri. And maybe that'll be enough that we learn enough of the truth about the Death Cult that we can finish this quest, and then we're going to have to find a way to stop Kova. And maybe we have to do something like swear an iron vow to figure out what's going on with Macias. Or maybe we'll find out that Macias is Valeri, and that was his former name. Or we'll just get rid of the name Valeri and call him Macias. I don't know. So I think this is securing an advantage, right? Wiglaf is going to try to climb back up. He brings Griff with him, and they climb back up through the opening that was created when Griff fell down into this sinkhole. They climb their way back up. And what they're going to do is grab, if she's still there, go to the boat, grab the thrall, pull her out, and take her at spear point outside, and then see if we can get her back to town. And we're going to stop this delve. Now, the way the rules on delving the depths work, if you discover a site, right, if it's too perilous and forces you to flee, if you later return, you can use the existing progress track, but not all of it, to determine how much. You roll the challenge dice and take the lower value and erase that much progress. So we would start with this map. We could probably come in through the secret exit, and we would just have to redo the delve and see what else is here. And things may have changed as we go into these areas. Things may have changed from when we were last here. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to try to do. Now, I don't know whether we're going to be able to secure advantage or not. We don't have any momentum, so we got to hope to get lucky. But what we want to do is see if we can grab her and take her out. So we go back to the boat, and so what are we doing here? We're not doing speed. Is this aggressive action? It's not charm. It's not really stealth. I think this is probably... I'm trying to decide whether it's aggressive action or insight. I feel like it's insight, which I hate because it's only +2. But let's see what happens. We roll a 1 again. +2 is 3 against a 3 and a 6. That's a miss. Okay, so we go back, and she is not in the boat, which means she's been discovered. So now we have to pay the price. And let's see, what are some likely things? A new danger is revealed, looks possible. So a new danger is revealed, or a surprising development complicates the quest. I think it's more likely the new danger is revealed, so 26 and higher. 68. So yes, a new danger is revealed. So now we're going to reveal a danger. And let's just roll. See what happens. 33. We're going to check the domain card. So we go back to our delve. We're now in the subterranean waterway. We run back that you can hear the water going. We peer over. You can almost see like the film, right, where the camera goes up on a movie over the prow of the boat and it's empty. And then 33 denizen lairs here. Okay, so there's going to be another denizen here. I think we've already indicated that this is probably an area where the zealots are. Maybe she was guarding the exit. I mean, I don't really know. Let's just randomly roll and see who's here. 22. So zealots. All right. So she's missing, but on the other side of the river, there are one or more zealots. So let's see. Let's go to our ask the oracle. Is it more than one zealot? I say likely. 36, yes. Is it more than two zealots? I say 50-50. 91, yes. Is it more than three zealots? No. So there are three zealots that are on the other side of the river, and they see Wiglaf, and they say, there he is, there he is. They're holding torches up. There he is, there he is. All right, so now Wiglaf says, all right, screw this. I'm getting out of here. And he is going to head to the secret exit. And so I think maybe we should set this up as a scene challenge. I think they're gonna try to come across. Now they don't have the boat, right? The boat was tied up where on our side. Or maybe no. Maybe let's retcon this a little bit. He comes back, the boat is gone. It's on the other side of the water, and there are three zealots there. And we don't know where the thrall went, but there are three zealots there, and there he is, and they're going to try to get in the boat and come across. So I think what we should do is set up a scene challenge. So I'm going to pause this here. I'm going to set up a scene challenge, and this is going to be a chase. And so it's going to be, I guess, dangerous, and he's going to be trying to escape through the hills. So he's going to go back. He's going to go immediately turn around and, peace out. Let's get out of here. Come on, Griff. And he's going to try to pull Griff down into the secret exit and then climb down and get the heck out of there. So let me set up the scene challenge, and I'll bring you back, and that's what we're going to do in the rest of this session, I guess. All right, folks, I did a couple of things. First, I named this area. The hills are called the Cliffs of Scarred Silence, randomly generated using the site name for Ironsworn. We got no momentum here, which is going to make it really, really awful. But we're facing danger, and we are securing advantage. And we just did secure advantage, so I think we're going to face danger. So Wiglaf is like, oh crap, come on, Griff. And he grabs Griff, and he's going to slide down the sort of rubble in this sinkhole and down through the exit and try to get the heck out of there. So let's see. We're facing danger. And if we face danger move, we are using plus edge, so it's +3. And the other thing, before we go any further, I do want to mention, progress tracks. So right now we have 6 boxes of failure. We just added another tick. We just finished. That failure just finished the 6th tick. We get to 7 or 8 ticks. I'm going to try to see if we can roll for experience. But in any case, we're on a scene challenge, so let's see if we can get the heck out of here. So we are rolling at plus edge. And we roll another 1 against a 9 and an 8. That is a miss. So Wiglaf falls, and I think the most obvious thing is he's going to hurt himself. So he's going to endure harm. Right? And let's see. Hang on. Let me just check. So on a miss, you fail, encounter dramatic turn events, mark the countdown box, and pay the price. So Wiglaf slides down and twists his ankle. So let's hit pay the price. I think it's either going to be harmful or he's going to lose something, right? So it's either going to be harmful or lose some. So he's going to either lose health or supply. 52. So it was more likely to be harmful, so that means he endures harm. So he takes a health damage, and we endure harm, which means we're rolling plus iron or health, either one. Let's see, what's our health? If we endure a harm, we go down to 3 health, and So we're +3 either way. We roll a 6, +3 is a 9. We finally get a strong hit. So we shake it off. So we can embrace the pain, take 1 momentum. All right, so he hurts his ankle. We gain 1 momentum, and Griff, I'm hurt. Come on, Griff. And he limps up. Now, meanwhile, what are the bad guys going to do? Right? Let's see. Let's go to oracles, and we're going to do. Let's try action and theme to see what they do. Action 53. Begin. Okay. And theme. Oh, I dropped the die. I dropped it again. Come on, get it in the box. It shouldn't be hard. 07. Begin survival. All right. Well, I think these guys get in the boat and they row it across. Right? They're beginning the trip, I guess. I mean, that makes the most sense. So they row the boat across. One of them ties it up and they climb out. So they're here looking down into the hole, and Wiglaf just got down and he kind of sprained his ankle and got hurt. So now Wiglaf says, all right, Griff, come on. And he gets up, and we're looking over the ledge, and he's got to find a way down. So this is going to be secure advantage. Does he see a way down from this secret exit? And so, I mean, I think this is plus wits, unfortunately. So we roll, gosh, another 1. Plus 2 is 3 against a 4 and a 2. So if we go back to our scene challenge, on a weak hit, our advantage is short-lived, choose one of the above. Let's take plus 2 momentum. Right? Is that correct? Plus 2 momentum or plus 1? No, it is plus 2 momentum. Okay, so let's take plus 2 momentum. We're up to 3. That's good. We built some momentum. So it's a weak hit. So Wiglaf finds the way down, but it's not going to be an easy way down. So instead of, like, he gets down, he sees the way down. He's found the way down, but now he's going to have to try to go down. So he and his dog are going to head down. He's going to do this facing dangers. He's going to do it quickly. Meanwhile, so we got a weak hit. We don't mark any progress, right? But we don't mark the countdown box. But I think, what are these guys doing while he's looking for the way down? Let's do action and theme and see what the bad guys are doing. Are they going to just follow him or what? Let's see. 88. Release. 62. Release family. That doesn't make any sense. 26. Release barrier. Okay. So I think these guys have some sort of a... Oh, I know what they're going to do. There's all this rubble in the collapsed sinkhole. These guys get together and push, and they push it all down on Wiglaf and try to cause an avalanche. And all these rocks come falling out of the hole right onto the ledge where Griff and Wiglaf are. And he looks up and goes, oh, bleep, right? And then he and Rick, come on, Griff, let's get out of here. And they're just going to go quickly. So they're going to use edge to face danger. All right, so we're rolling plus edge, but we're using the scene challenge rules here. So the hits mean something a little different. So all of these rocks and stones come pouring out, and Wiglaf tries to get out of the way with Griff. And we roll a 6, which is good. Plus 3 is 9 against a 7 and a 2. Strong hit. We mark progress. So Wiglaf and Griff dive off the ledge and get out of the way. It doesn't hurt either one of them. And I think because we got a strong hit, this is actually going to hamper the Zealots, and it's going to take them a little bit of time to get out. And this allows Griff and Wiglaf to kind of go as quickly as they can. Wiglaf limping on his twisted ankle, and he's limping his way down, and Griff is sort of leading the way. All right, so now Wiglaf says, come on, Griff, let's find a way out of here. And Griff starts looking around. They're at the bottom of the hill. They see the Zealots starting to kind of clamber out onto the rocks, but the Zealots are now having trouble because the ledge is full of all these loose stones. And Wiglaf... what's Wiglaf going to do here? I think Wiglaf is going to... try to quickly go around the side of the um, of the hill and see if he can get out of sight so they don't see exactly where he and Griff went, and they're going to have to like pick up the trail. So this is securing an advantage. And we get another 6, which is good, and I think that's wits, right? So +2 is 8 against a 4 and a 1. Doesn't matter what we were adding because we beat the 4 and a 1 just with our action die 4 once. So that 8 gives us, we can either make another move now and +1 or take +2 momentum. I'm taking 2 more momentum. I don't like having no momentum. Let's get that momentum up to +5. I'm much more comfortable with that. So they get around the corner while these guys are still fumbling and struggling up on the ledge. So now let's see, what are they going to do? So they're on the ledge. They didn't quite exactly see where Wiglaf and Griff went, perhaps. So let's do action and theme and see. Did they see where Wiglaf and Griff went? It was a strong hit, so probably not, but let's see. 27 is abandon, and 87 is endure. So what is that going to mean? Well, I don't know. Abandon, endure. What's 78? Abandon, arrive. Oh, no, that's action. Sorry. Abandon, 87, strength. Abandon, strength. All right, so let me pause as I think about what this might mean. Okay, so the strength of these guys is their magic, right? Their dark magic. But because they don't see him, I think they abandon any attempt they might have made to sort of summon a flock of ravens or whatever, and they say, follow him, and they're just going to try and chase him. So now Wiglaf is going to face danger. And what he's going to do is, let's go ahead, Griff, let's run, and let's go as fast as we can now that they're not watching us. And I think this is with endurance, because his ankle hurts, and so this is going to be at plus iron. Okay? And so we're facing danger plus iron. Let's hope we keep rolling. All right, guys. We get another 6. Wow. +3 is 9 against a 6 and a 3. Strong hit. So that means we mark progress. Excellent. And that's it. We just mark progress. And so he gets he makes good progress. He's using his spear to, like, as a crutch with his ankle, so he's like limping with his spear. He's got his shield slung across his back. He's pulling his way through. It's still kind of twilight. The sun hasn't completely risen over the horizon yet. Sweat running down, even though it's cold out, and he's pulling along. And Griff is barking and encouraging him and running even faster because dogs are faster than humans. And Griff is up ahead, kind of leading him away. All right. So he manages to put some distance between him and the bad guys. So now the question is, what are the bad guys going to do? So let's try action and theme again. So they're still up on the ledge. 38 is suppress, and theme. 20 is honor. Suppress honor. I don't know what that means. How about suppress ability? All right, so I think suppress ability. All right, so maybe one of these guys is going to do a ritual now. And he's going to try and do a long distance ritual. He cuts himself and both arms and pours the blood out into his own hands, and he starts chanting, and he's creating a ritual. And what he's trying to do is slow Wiglaf down, cause the other ankle to cause pain. But of course, this is at quite a distance, right? And I think I'm trying to alternate securing an advantage with facing danger, and we already face danger, so I think we're going to secure an advantage. So Wiglaf, let me think about what Wiglaf's going to be doing here. If we secure advantage, so all right, this guy sends out a flock of ravens that's going to chase down Wiglaf and try to peck at his other ankle, I guess, and or make him fall and injure the other ankle. And Wiglaf hears it coming, and he hears the cawing of the ravens, and he is going to I think he knows he can't get out of the way. And so he says, Griff, come to me. And they kind of stand together, and he pulls his shield off and his spear off, and he crouches down, sort of Captain America style, right, to kind of put the whole shield in front of himself. And he's going to hold his shield up as this huge, like almost like an arrow of ravens. A whole bunch of them pointed like an arrow come flying at him and aiming toward him, trying to like knock him off guard and push him off the cliff, right, or off the side of the hill where he's standing. And so we're doing endurance, securing advantage plus iron, and we roll a 1 plus 3 is 4 against a 6 and a 1, so it's a weak hit. So we can either make another move now and take plus 1, or we can add plus 2 momentum. I'm taking the momentum again, guys. And Wiglaf manages to hold the ravens and crows at bay, and they sort of splash off of his shield and circle back around. They're going to come at him again. So he says, come on, Griff, let's get out of here. And they're going to be running away at plus edge. But now we actually have some momentum, so if I roll crappy again, we might be able to burn some momentum and do okay. So we're rolling plus edge, trying to get away from these ravens. And we roll a 2, plus 3 is 5 against a 4 and a 5. That's a weak hit. So we're successful, which means we mark progress. So we now have 6 progress on this chase, but we get a complication or a delay. So we get away from the ravens, but there's a countdown box. There's a setback. So I think we get away from the ravens, but standing there holding off the ravens, whoops, I didn't want to remove that, just add it. Holding off the ravens slowed us down enough that the other 2 zealots come around the corner and see us. And now they know where we are, whereas the other guy was just sort of guessing, right? And so now what are the zealots who see us, the 2 zealots who see us, what are they going to do? Let's try action and theme again. Our action is 51, preserve, okay, and 44 for preserve faction. So they're trying to protect their faction. I think these guys saw him defend himself against the spell, so they're going to give chase. So they just start booking it. They know he's injured. They pull out their daggers, and they are going to chase him down. So Wiglaf, what's he going to do now? Let me pause as I try to think about something new for him to do here. All right, so we're in this rocky, hilly place. Wiglaf's going to secure advantage. What he's going to do is he's going to notice, he's going to like look up above, and he sees that there are some rocks up above that could start a landslide and would catch these guys in the landslide and trip them up. And so what he's going to do is, Captain America style, take his shield, sling it over, like unsling it from his arm, and throw it like a frisbee and try to smash it into these rocks. And I think that's plus edge, right? Because this is doing like agility. If we do securing an advantage, agility, right? So precision. So he's going to try to bang his, like throw his shield. It's not that far. It's a few feet up the slope. He can go get his shield, but he throws his shield up the slope and tries to smash it into these rocks and start a rock slide that's going to come down and basically do to the zealots what they just did to him and make the rocks slide down and trip them up. So we're securing advantage. We roll another 1. Plus 3 is 4 against a 10 and a 2. That's a weak hit. So we can either make another move now and get plus 2 or get plus 2 momentum. So it works. And the rocks slide down and the 2 zealots trip, but they're not completely taken out all the way down the slope, right? They just sort of trip and fall, and it gives them a little bit of time. And I think that's going to give us to 9 momentum. I think this is really good. This is what we want. We want our momentum. And then Wiglaf is going to face danger. He's going to go get his shield, pick it up, put it on his arm, and say, come on, Griff, let's get out of here. And they are going to run as fast as they can. He's going to just ignore the pain in his ankle, and he's going to just try to endure it with his plus iron and get out of here. And we have 9 momentum now, so that should help us. And one of the dice jumped off, but it's a 6. So we roll a 2 plus 3. Is 5 against a 6 and an 8. So I'm going to use the momentum to zero out the 6 and 8, and we get a strong hit. and we're back to 2 momentum because that's our reset level, right? It goes down to 0 and back up to 2. And that means we get 2 more boxes, guys. All right. So we have 8 progress. And we also mark a countdown track. So we have 8 progress, but because of the weak hit, 3 countdown. And so I don't think we can risk any further. These guys have gotten up. Their clothes are ripped and tied, torn. The other one comes behind them to catch up. His ravens have dispersed. They can cast another spell. They can try to chase us back down, and Wiglaf's ankle is hurt. So I think we're now going to try to make our progress roll. That means that as long as we don't get 2 9s and 10s or 2 10s, we'll be okay. My dice haven't been rolling that great for me, but let's see what happens. So Wiglaf says, Wiglaf's just trying to get out of here. So the question is, has he gone fast enough that these guys are going to just give up the chase? And we get a 6 and a 6, a matched strong hit. So yes, he gets out of the way. The guys who slid down are too banged up. They realize they can't chase him. Their daggers, they lost their daggers, or they don't even have a weapon on them, so they can't cut their hands and create new spells. And they see him running away, and they're breathing, and they just say, "Let him go. He can't do anything to us now anyway." And so Wiglaf has managed to escape from these guys and gotten away, and we have 2 momentum now. And he is going to basically tuck tail between his legs and head back to Red Hall, I guess. He hasn't made any additional progress in either of these 2 vows. So he still needs to learn about the death worshippers. And now he's got to learn some more about his uncle. So we're getting close to the end of this episode, but I think what we're going to do is Wiglaf is going to, once he's kind of rested and stuff, he is going to head back to Red Hall. So this is just a 2-day journey. And so I think what we're going to do is we'll make camp once, and then we'll face danger the next day. So Wiglaf moves into the next hex here, through the woods. He goes back up, climbs back up into the woods, and starts heading toward the river. And we're not going to do undertaking a journey because that's just too complicated to go 2 hexes. So he heads into the forest, and he stops early for the night, and he makes camp. And so now we're going to make camp. We're rolling plus supply. It's only plus 3. And we roll a 6. Plus 3 is 9 against a 5 and a 1. That is a strong hit. So we can choose 2. We can take plus 1 health for us and our companions, and we're not undertaking a journey, so we'll take plus 1 health and plus 1 momentum. Or should we take plus 1 health and plus 1 spirit? I think we will. So Wiglaf sits back. He takes out a wooden flute that he carved long ago, and he plays it and relaxes. And he and Griff both get back a health. So we move his health up to 4. And we move Griff's health back up to full. So Griff is feeling better. And then he gets plus 1 spirit. So he's still a little dispirited, and he's still bruised and banged up, and he tapes up his ankle, which is still going to bother him tomorrow. But he realizes that, okay, we know where these cultists are. We know there are a whole bunch of them, but they know we have found them, so we're going to have to come up with a new strategy of how to go after these guys. And maybe we need to come at it from the other angle and take out Kova's men first. Not sure what to do, Griff. I'm not sure what to do. So he plays his flute, and he relaxes by the campfire for the evening. And we got a strong hit on making camp, so we don't need to see if anything's going to attack us, because they won't on a strong hit, in my opinion. And so now the next morning, he gets up, and his ankle is feeling better, and he puts the fire out, and he erases whatever he can of the traces of their camp, and then he packs everything up, and he says, "All right, Griff, let's go back to Red Hall, regroup, and see where we go from there." So this is going to just be a face danger move, and since he's on a wounded ankle, I think again it's endurance, right? He's rolling iron. So this is our last move of the evening, probably. We roll a 4 plus 3 is 7 against a 7 and a 1. That is a weak hit. I think we lose a little more supply. Right? It takes some time, and it maybe takes him 2 days to get through actually because his ankle is hurt. And so we're pretty low on supply, but everything else looks pretty good. We have 2 momentum, which is sort of the reset value, and we return to Red Hall. And whether we're going to be able to rest there and sojourn and that sort of thing, we'll find out in the next episode. So we made it out of the second delve. It was nowhere near as successful as the previous delve. And we're probably going to have to go back in there at some point. But it may be that at this point now we really do need to focus on looking for an Iron Priest because we still have a bunch of questions. And we also probably are going to actually have to go into town and talk to Mom and Dad and find out about Uncle Macias and actually find out if he might be the Husk. Don't know about that. But how come he's working for these husks? What's the death cultist? When's the last time you heard from him? And so on. And this could be an issue because our family is not too friendly with us because they think we were a murderer. So that'll probably be more of a social interaction type thing next session. But we'll see how it goes. You never know with Ironsworn. There are always surprises. When I came up with the idea of going in and getting the girl and bring her out, I just figured, okay, well, we secure advantage. If we get her, we'll bring her out. I'll drag her back to the town. And I thought maybe the information she gave me would be enough to get a couple of boxes and we could fulfill this vow and get it out of the way and get some experience. But nope, missed on the very first roll, changed everything, and it became a scene challenge where we were running from the Zealots. And we made it out with a twisted ankle and a little bit of lost supply. So until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been Ironsworn, Antarctica.